Hi, I'm Alan, a Scandinavian boomer, back again with some thoughts. And as always, excuse my English. I would be very happy if you stayed to the end, it's just 6 minutes. What is this war about and who are our enemies? The war is about morals. Good morals, re-establishing good morals, and enforcement of morals requires discipline. So why morals? Morals are the foundation upon which a functional, just and stable society is built. The enforcement of morals must be backed up by laws, a necessity to get them accepted. Let me exemplify. When I grew up in the 50s, I was inculcated by my father to, quote, never hit a girl, and never hit someone who is weaker than you. And of course that was backed up by law. It's not permissible to use violence to abuse people. In the same way, girls were inculcated to behave decently, and promiscuity was out of the question. Really, it was not even considered necessary to put that in law, maybe a big mistake. Acceptance and allegiance to good morals, that is morals that benefit society and most people, need to be maintained in order to obtain and ensure a human, cultural society with equality and justice for all. The aim is in a way to maximize happiness and life fulfillment possibilities for as many as possible. No utopia is, however, obtainable. When it comes to the most important matter of all, sex culture, strict monogamy has proven to entail the biggest happiness for all save a small minority, around 5%. Adoption of absolute sexual liberty will eventually only lead to an moral morass, unstable and rude society, with freedom for a minority and oppression and despair for the majority. No effort, whether shame or dedicated laws, must be spared to abolish promiscuity and to force women back to virginity. No morals, no sin. No sin, no judge. No judge, no evil. No evil, no good. No predators, no victims. No hawks, no doves. No black, no white. No order, just a big chaos. So who are our main enemies? The feminists? No. The 304s? No. The players? No. The incels? No. The blue-pilled nice guys? No. The beta-bucks simps? Well, not really. The PUAs? Well, a bit of. The mgtows? Never, they are the core fighters. The white knight manginas? Yes. Very much so. Why not feminism? Feminism has done its devastating harm but is now eventually dying. The 304s are just self-inflicted victims. The players are playing because the 304s let them. The incels are the foremost victims of the lack of societal morals and they deserve all our empathy. The nice guys, friend-zoned and stuck up in growing numbers, are also victims of the structural stumbling block originating in the 60s. It's a supreme necessity to reach these guys to get them red-pilled. The betas are blue-pilled, gullible, or delusional save-a-ho cleanup providers. They are also victims, albeit also a main target in the war. The PUAs may know the game, but they only make things worse since hypergamy is floating. The mgtows are sure withdrawing from the battlefield right now, wise of the adversities of the MRAs, but they are just abiding the suitable moment to take political action. The white knight manginas are the real problem, and now I'll try to explain why. Mainstream media are crowded by feminists and very blue-pilled white knights and manginas. Both groups are loud and dominant in appearance. Irrespective of their individual motives for propagating their womanist agenda, they have a considerable impact just because of they are extrovert, next to narcissistic in appearance. Sometimes they also effectuate real power, in fields such as justice, economy, and journalism. This fact makes them representatives of a blue-pilled view that they consider should be taken as the real natural state of our sex culture. The big problem is thus that they effectively block and push down the real truth-sayers of the monosphere, whose participants often are of a more introvert character, and not always happy to be exposed in person in media but prefer to use alias or fake names. Alpha Knights, also called manginas, are men with certain authority but totally embraced by feminism. Well spoken in debates, often journalists or in academia. Baton knights, also called white knights or pussy knights, are men with little authority who adulate women and feminists in order to be accepted. So what is our hope for the future? Will the white knights and manginas ever change their minds, and maybe taste the red pill? Not very likely. Our hope is that they sooner or later will be overrun by the harsh reality coming, male virginity already approaching 50%, hordes of single mothers and barren wine-drinking cat ladies, and, most important of all, no babies. In the long run they cannot explain it away with such things as female education, uncertain economy, or environmental issues. They will finally have to face the fact that the harm was grounded in the sexual revolution of the 60s, the birth control pill misuse, and the following promiscuity. This will be a very bitter pill to swallow for the feminist and their fellow runners. But there are already some signs of insight, like for example the book of Louise Perry, The Case Against the Sexual Revolution. But in general most feminists chose to be blindfolded. They will never admit there is anything wrong with the feminist cult and its dogmas, and they vehemently fear anything that will suggest any proposal to diminish or pressure back their hard-earned rights. It's, as usual, only the men who have to change and adapt. The hardcore feminists will never change, but eventually die out. In a later video I will try to have a look in my crystal ball. Will there be some kind of a mayor or total societal collapse? And what will be the end result? Or will it only be a transition into some kind of harem culture, more or less concealed? Multi-partner families. Will it look like the way deers have it, where the she-goats flock around the most dominating and aggressive buck, while the weaker bucks stray around sexless? Or will it be like the hyenas, as some femnet seems to long for? Or will it end in a total annihilation as in Calhoun's Universe 25? Don't forget the unshakable demand, no hymen, no diamond. Bye.